it's really disappointing when you want to read information. You want to read information on little bits like this. That's where I just stood up on top of, doing that speech in my last upload. When you want to read the information and it's sadly covered in graffiti. Like, I don't mind a bit of graffiti, I really don't, but when it's on signs like this with information, that's when I think it's vandalising. So yeah, this is where I was anyway. This is where I was, up there giving that speech at the end of the last upload. Okay, so I've just come on the pier over here and I literally can't get over how close the ocean is up to the prom, because the whole way along here, up where I was, the ocean was nowhere to be seen. And this is what I'm talking about. The ocean was way out to the point where you couldn't see it. And now look at it. And it just goes to show how fast it comes inland. I mean, I don't know if it's this far in where I was this morning over there. I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Because like I said, the last couple of days, I haven't seen the ocean because it's been that far out. I literally haven't seen it. So, yeah. It's crazy, but yeah, it's still nice and warm. Everybody out enjoying the beach, enjoying the sea. So yeah, like I said, I've just come onto the pier right now and look at all these people sat down here eating fish and chips, because there's no benches along here. Literally no benches, so everyone just chilling on the floor eating the fish and chips from this place. So it looks like round here is shut off, so you can't walk around. It looks to me like they're doing a lot of work here in Cleethorpes. Over there you can see them blue fences there. Looks like they're doing a lot of work once again to the seafront, you know, putting a lot of money into the seafront. And yeah, and it looks like there is a little fair going on down here. Little fair. So like I said, I'm going to carry on making my way. Oh, there's some donkeys. Donkey rides. I might go for a donkey ride. I haven't had a donkey ride in years. But yeah, I'm basically now making my way along here now and heading upwards, I think, if I can make it. I'm just taking my time. Guys. I ain't pushing. But yeah, looks like it's shut off down here along the pier. So this is Cleethorpes master plan. I'm just going to quickly skim all this. I'm not going to show it all. Like I say, you're going to have to pause it if you want to read it. But there's a lot of information. I'm sure all this information is online as well. So I'm just going to show this. For you to, like I say again, I probably will go a bit too quick, but I'm sure this information is online if you want to have a look. But this is the master plan of what they're doing next with Cleethorpes and what new they're bringing behind here, how they're going to make it look better. So, and that's right opposite the pier. So yeah, I'm going to make my way along here now. Well, this is a good idea, isn't it? This is a very good idea. Keep the beaches clean. We've got this nice looking globe statue, and you can post all your rubbish, all your plastic bottles inside there. What a good idea. I mean, there's no excuse really. There's no excuse to be filtering up the beaches and leaving all your rubbish. Just take it with you, put it in a bag, take it with you, and then with things like this, there's literally no excuse. Chuck all your rubbish away. Yeah, it's easy, absolutely easy to pick up after yourselves. There's no excuse to leave rubbish lying around. What a good idea. More places should have this actually. This should be everywhere. And it'll attract the rubbish. So yeah, more of them around, please. Bathers beware fast incoming tides. I think that should also say coastal path walkers too. that should also include coastal path walkers too. I mean, the thing is, in most places, right, when you're walking along the beach, yeah, there is an option to jump off the beach and jump on away from the beach. Like, I've been lucky up to now. I've been genuinely very lucky, and it wasn't as if I was cut off by the tide, and I don't think I would have done. I don't think I would have, you know what I mean? Like I say, I had no worry about the tide, I had no worry about the sea, because that was way out. It was only just because I didn't know which direction to go in, and I was stranded, as I say. But yeah, in most places there is an option to, if the sea comes right up, like I say here, to jump on something like this, or a cliff, or a path that walks, in most places. In the other places, it's not so much. There is a few dodgy areas where there's literally nowhere to go, and I think that's where they need to seriously contemplate the coastal path, because they can't call the coastal path if there isn't a coastal path. They just need to sort them bits along the way out and sort a new path out somewhere, instead of having to deviate 20 miles inland to find a path to follow. I mean, it just would make sense that, you know, I'm not saying you'd expect to find this the whole way along the coast, because that would be impossible, you know what I mean? But you expect to find something other than walking along the beach, if you know what I mean. You expect to find a safe alternative. And the thing is, what makes it even harder, let me just zoom into this for you while I'm talking, give you something to look at. What makes it even harder is, obviously, along the way, along the path, along the route, along the course path, you do find bits where it's private land. You do find bits where it's cut off because of private land, like ports and private secure units. You're going to find that, but there's a difference between a path leading around that unit, you know, where you have to deviate around it for a couple, you know, an hour tops, which is fine. But there's a big difference having to deviate 20 miles inland to deviate back to the course path. That's when it becomes ridiculous. So for all these places, like you've seen in some of my other uploads, when there's houses along the coastal path, let's say, and people are closing the coastal path because they want their private garden put there, I disagree with that wholeheartedly. If you're choosing your house to be there, right on the edge of the coastal path, you're going to expect hikers and walkers to be coming past your house. So yes, to an extent, you can fence off your property, put a fence around your property, and have the coastal path walking past your property, out, you know, outside of your garden, if you don't want people walking through your garden. Little things like that, but you can't call a coastal path if you're having to deviate 20 miles inland. That's just not a coastal path, in my opinion, and that is what's making this walk so much harder. See, so right here, yeah, right here. So I've made my way all the way along Cleethorpes promenade, yeah, all the way, right? And if I turn around here, there's a path here. I can continue along my way and make my way along here, yeah? So this is a coastal path. Now, the thing is, this has got to end at some point, yeah? This has got to come to an end at some point. It can't be like this the whole way along. Do you understand? It's just impossible. There's obviously, like I say, things along the front that you're going to have to navigate around, which makes sense. But as long as there is a way forward and it doesn't just come flat out to a dead end with nowhere to go. Now, alright, yes, my fault. Maybe there is a couple of signs here and there that deviate, you know, and point you in a certain direction. But sometimes them signs aren't clearly posted, and there's not warnings if you're coming up to somewhere, or if you're walking into something. There's no signs. There's no warning signs to say, beware walking along here because, or blah, 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 blah. It just is a quick, small sign hidden somewhere, like a sign could be right here, posted right here, and pointing that way. If I'm looking that way, and I miss that sign, yes, that's my fault. but then you end up taking the wrong direction. You know what I mean? Whereas when you're following a path, you expect to keep following that path along that leads to somewhere, not into the middle of nowhere or a dead end. You know, like a river that you can't cross. You need bridges to cross a river, or ferry crossings, or something or other that'll guide you round structures like this. Does that make sense? Am I talking like shit? Am I talking out my arse here, guys? Or am I making perfect sense? So I don't know what this ugly looking structure is here. Is it like a radio tower or something? Lots of antennas and whatnot on the top. So yeah, I'll have to have a look at that. See, I find these things and then I look at them later. But if people obviously in the comments want to give me a bit more information, you are more than welcome to. But yeah, bit of a. So I saw that, isn't it? Okay guys, I'm going to give you a prime example here. Right, so I'm walking along here, this path, what you can see right here, yeah, and in previous footage what I was just showing you, along this here, I'm walking along here, right, but further up here, obviously, as you can see, coming up to this structure and a port, yeah. So I've just stopped and asked a couple of people, and this is the thing, a lot of people are like, oh, you should have maps, you should do this, you should do that. You can't always rely on Google Maps or maps, but there's always going to be people there to ask. Yeah, there's always going to be people along the way to ask. Well, if you're not out in the middle of nowhere, there's going to usually be people to ask. So I'm asking these people up here, I said to them, I said, can I walk all the way along here? Is that okay? And they're like, obviously, where are you trying to get to? I'm trying to get up here to the other side of here. He said, you can walk along here and then take this footbridge. Take this footbridge and you'll make your way along here. So along here, and then I'll deviate around here somewhere, right? Now that's fine. I don't care if this is 10 miles to get up to that point to deviate around there. That's not an issue. What I have an issue with is walking like all the way up here, getting to this point and finding there's no way to go this way. So that means I'd have to go all the way back along there, to find somewhere else to walk all the way back along this side. Do you understand where I'm coming from? That's when it gets tough, when you're having to go back on yourself and then back on yourself. Hello. When you're having to go back on yourself and back on yourself again on another side. That's when it becomes exhausting. And this is information that's misplaced online. You know what I mean? I still, like I say again, I still haven't seen a coastal path sign. I still haven't seen one sign, one signpost along here saying which way to walk. There's nothing. I didn't know. I'd keep walking along here. I would keep walking along here up until here. But again, like I say, because I've just asked, some people said, take this footbridge and follow the road along, jump on the road and follow the road along to that structure to get on the other side of that structure. And that's why it's worth asking sometimes. That's why it's worth asking. So you know, look, I'm obviously coming to an housing estate now, and I probably still will get lost somewhere, but at least I'm heading in the right direction, not having to go miles back on myself. So these are the difficult spots. What makes the coastal path that little bit much harder. Okay, I am expecting a train to come zooming through here at any second. Now them gates have come round. Let's see. All that just for that. All that just for that. Okay, right now I'm walking over a very, very busy bridge. I don't know if I'm going in the right direction. I think I am. You know what I'm like. I think I'm heading in the right way, but God only knows at this point. So I'm going to keep walking anyway, and either I'm walking in the completely wrong direction or I'm walking the right way. Let me show you where I am. So yeah, I've just come up this road here, out of Cleethorpes, and up over this bridge here, up over here, to follow this river along. And I'm hoping this river is going to take me somewhere that is going to lead where I need to be next, over in that direction somewhere. We'll soon find out. Oh, okay, so I've been walking and found myself walking through what seems to be a very large industrial estate. Once again, lots and lots of factories, and I stumbled across this place, stumbled across here, and I thought, you know what, I need to go in. And I earned myself a very, very nice meal. Very nice meal indeed. I'm hoping, like, because, like I say, I know I've got two choices. I need to go and find somewhere to sleep tonight, which I'll find somewhere, I always do. And then in the morning, it's either I've got a lot of walking to do, and I mean a lot, a very, very long day of walking, probably through places that I don't want to walk, or go and jump on a bus. Choices, and we know how badly my choices can go. But the map is showing right now that, and this is the thing, right? The map is showing I can walk through this field here. On the map, and this is what I'm talking about. On the map, it's showing that I can walk through this field here. It's farmer's field, a crop field. We know how much I love fields. You know what I mean? We know how much I love fields. So it's showing that I can walk through this field here. But whether we can is another question. You know what I mean? And this is the thing. But even if I can't, oh my God, it's a closed Starbucks. That Starbucks is shut right now. Doesn't look open. I'm just, like I say, I just need to find a corner. I just need to find a corner where I can put my tent up in. See, the problem is with places like this, right? We've got here, but hang on, actually, I may be able to walk through here, actually may be able to walk through here. There's a road over there, so that might be a possibility. That actually might be a possibility that I can actually walk through here. Right, I'm going to go for it. So like I say, tonight I'm just going to set my tent up somewhere. Possibly along here now, in a corner here somewhere. Put my tent up, and then, like I say, in the morning I'm either going to decide to walk, make that long hike along the river, or get the bus. Let's see how I feel. Let's see how I sleep tonight. Let's see how I feel. Oh, hang on a minute. See, this is what bugs me. Look at this. See? Look at this. Right at the end, I've just spotted this. Private land, no public right of way. Any persons causing criminal damage will be prosecuted. Well, I'm not going to cause any criminal damage, am I? I'm not going to cause any criminal damage, but there is a road there. This is the thing. There is access, and there is a road there. And on the map, it is showing that I can walk through there. Is that side, though? Actually, that might be that side. See, this is what's confusing, guys, and where you have to be really careful. Saying private land, but that might be over there, not over here. So I'm guessing I'm good to go over this side. But yeah, nevertheless, if the map is showing I can walk through here, I'm going to come through here. But never, like I say, I think for now, good job, because there's a bloody river there. little mound here that I can come over here, so that's good going. I'm going to put my tent up here. I'm going to put my tent up here and then decide what I'm going to do in the morning. So I've just eaten there. Good night's sleep is all I need. Bloody hell, see what I mean about this walk. 1 minute, let's step over here. Oh, shit. See, right, okay, yeah, right, so I'm going to put my tent up here. Sleep here tonight. Look at this, it's quite beautiful, this, isn't it? This is quite beautiful, you know what I mean? It's not, you know what I'm saying? Probably is farmer's land, may possibly be woken up in the morning by a farmer. I don't know, but I'm gonna put my tent up here tonight because I'm tired after today. Really tired, don't want to do no more walking. So I'm gonna put my tent up here and then decide what I'm gonna do in the morning. Yeah, I think this is gonna have to do. This is gonna have to do for tonight. I don't see me being moved on right now, but like I said, the map is showing that I can walk along there. I don't really want to walk along there because fields and whatever aren't my best friend, but we'll make that decision tomorrow. So as for now, I'm going to tune out there. Guys, I'm really hoping that you are enjoying these uploads. I really am. You know, it is what it is. I'm enjoying making them. Despite everything, putting everything aside, I'm enjoying myself. I'm actually enjoying myself. And yeah, I'm enjoying, especially making these uploads. I just love creating content for you guys. So I hope you're enjoying watching it as much as I'm enjoying making them. And that sunset is just beautiful. That sunset right there is just absolutely stunning. So I think I'm going to be alright here. For the night. Don't think I'm going to be bothered. Bit of noise coming from over there, from the cars, but beggars can't be choosers. So I'm going to love you and leave yous and see you in tomorrow's upload. Bye.